I am going to be teaching you how to make a Carbonara Detroit style pizza. So here we've got some 48-hour proofed Detroit style pizza dough. For the full recipe, click the link above my shoulder. So we're going to par bake this in the dome. We are actually going to put it in there, turn the flame off, put the dome door on, bake it for a few minutes. It's just going to be a par bake. That's just what I like to do. You can utilize this dough and bake it from fully raw, but again, it's my preference. I highly recommend you try both ways, but my preference, and for this recipe, I'm par cooking. All right, so we are going to be cooking on the right side of the oven because that's my favorite side of the oven. And we got a deck temp at about 650 degrees Fahrenheit, or if your country uses Celsius, we're at about 345 to 350. We're going to be putting this beautiful proofed Detroit style pizza dough into the oven. It's going to be on the right side. We are going to turn the oven off. Flame goes out. Door on. Set a timer for about a minute and a half. Give it a full rotation. Another minute and a half. Timer went off. Detroit out. Think it looks pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna top our Detroit style pizza. Got it par baked, nice golden on the bottom. Up on top, you have a little bit of color, but not too much. It's nice and light and airy. We locked in that nice airy crumb. From there, traditionally, Detroit style pizza uses brick cheese. I absolutely dislike brick cheese. Can't stand it, hate the texture of it, flavor of it. But me, I like to blend it with aged mozzarella and a cheddar. So we've got a blend of aged mozzarella and cheddar here. This dough ball is actually like a 300-gram portion, and we're using about 250 to 275 grams of cheese. So you'll notice I'm sprinkling that cheese all the way around the perimeter. And the biggest characteristic to Detroit style pizza is the cheese wall, cheese crown, frico, whatever you want to call it. That's one of the main characteristics. It's that crispy, cheesy edge throughout the perimeter. It is a load of cheese. Now, the next ingredient that we're going to be putting on there is guanciale. What I've done with this is actually rendered it down and cooked it, so it's a little bit not quite crispy, but right before it, because again, you don't want it crispy here and then onto the pizza and bake for another. Then you're gonna be chewing on leather. We're gonna take this guanciale, we're gonna sprinkle that throughout. If you don't have guanciale, you can use bacon, you can use pancetta, you can use ham, whatever you'd like, but traditional carbonara has guanciale in it, so that's what we're using. We're gonna take this Detroit style pizza, pop it in the oven, flame off, door on. All right, so our second 4-minute timer has elapsed. So we're gonna pull this Detroit out, see what it looks like. If you feel it needs a little bit more color on top, you can leave it in another minute, but another thing you wanna be on the lookout for is a nice golden brown edge all the way around the perimeter, which we've achieved. So I'm pulling this thing out of the oven because I think it's perfect. And she's marvelous. She's marvelous, guys. I recently discovered this neat little trick. If you actually pull it away from the walls while it's still hot, you can save some of that cheese latticing. All right, so I typically let it sit at least 30 seconds to 45 seconds before pulling it out, really letting those walls set, because if you don't, those walls could collapse, and it also allows you to see if you do need to leave it in another minute or so. Really just looking for those crispy edges all the way around. We're just gonna inspect the bottom. Nice golden brown. Sound guy, you got it?
Yes.
So if you watched any of my other recipes, #1 rule, cut first, then garnish. She's crispy. First things first is going to be the drizzle of the egg yolk. This is just egg yolk that's been whipped. This pizza's still piping hot. We're just gonna drizzle some of that egg on top of there. Wouldn't be carbonara without some egg yolk on there. A little grated pecorino romano, a little bit of parsley, a couple fresh cracks of nothing. And voila, you've got a Detroit style carbonara pizza. Crispy edges all the way around, salty guanciale. You got that mouthfeel, that egg yolk, pecorino romano, salty, delicious pizza. For the recipe, go to gozney.com. Be sure to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, damn it! All right, so here's our work. Nice crispy edges. Always start with a corner. And that's how you make a Detroit style pizza. It's Maddie's birthday today. This is Maddie, everyone. Sharing a square with him.
Matty makes magic. Wait, what camera are you looking at, Matty?
All of them.
All of them at the same time.
I'm gonna look at the mic. Oh wait, there's one up there too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, Maddie, what do you think?
That's filthy.
That's different gravy.